packages, beautiful jewelry and dresses, wonderful tickets to the Ducks and Angels, and so much more. Place your bids. You have about a little less than 10 minutes to go in your silent auction, and then our ballroom doors will be open. If you don't place a bid, you're totally missing the point of being at a fundraiser.
Well, when it comes to interesting careers, this gentleman here has really one of the more unique ones that you're going to find out there. And the fun thing is you just don't stumble across auctioneers every day. You know, you're not at the grocery store going, hey, you're an auctioneer, aren't you? Stereotypically, we think of the guys back in the Midwest selling cattle or whatever it might be.
They're great, too.
Oh, they're good.
Though these guys, they're the salt of the earth. You've never met a nicer person than someone who's selling cattle and cars.
Right.
But yeah, out here in California, it's kind of a fringe profession. I think there's only about 20,000 auctioneers in the country.
That's quite a few.
That holds up. But yeah, there's only about, I'd say, 25 benefit auctioneers in the whole state of California.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about a benefit auctioneer. What kind of things, what kind of events do you do?
An auctioneer is going to do the best they can with the circumstances. A benefit auctioneer is going to improve the circumstances. And that's really what I like to focus on. And auctiontainment, that's really what it comes down to. Only 10% of the people in the room can actually buy something. It's the other 90% who you have to keep entertained and interested and engaged in what you're raising money for, because there's a lot of, the other thing is to do a lot of stuff that goes beyond that of just the auction.
You put in hours with the committee.
Oh yeah, there's meetings, there's phone calls, there's dozens upon dozens of emails. I like to just give them the pros and cons because I'm a series of cautionary tales. I've seen centerpieces catch on fire. I've seen people take falls when they shouldn't have. I've seen the sound system be so bad that people just get up and leave. There's so many things that can go wrong because it is a live theatrical event. And so it's anything can happen, and it often does. So it's important to have someone who knows, how to react.
This is a public service announcement to all gentlemen out in the hallway. Gentlemen, are you standing next to a lovely lady? Is she wearing heels? That means she's ready to sit down.
Well, now is the time where you will bid and compete to win or fall undefeated, and won't be discreet as you bid on things from Napa retreats to graduation seats. So let's kick it up a gear into a premier frontier to buy a souvenir from your auctioneer and bid with courage and bid without fear. It's easy to do when you pretend your spouse isn't here. So if this is your induction, just follow my instruction. The power of participation in your advocation will lead to construction of an entertaining production. So bid early, bid often, bid high, and bid proud. It's a beautiful cause with a beautiful crowd. It's time for living and giving and bidding up high. It's time for loving, believing, and doing what's right. So do your best in this contest. It's all for the kids. Let's see those bids. Put down your drinks and fancy concoctions. Raise those bid numbers and let's have an auction. Woo! Auctioneers, proving that white people can rap if we try hard enough.
Celebrities. Every once in a while you have a little, not often, but you probably had some interesting encounters along the way, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. You find yourself standing next to a celebrity, like backstage, and there was this one story where I did an auction at the Avalon in Hollywood, which was right across the street from Capitol Records. And afterwards, there was this party, celebrate with all the VIPs. And I'm standing really close to a band that there was no stage. And it was just a bass, just on the ground. A bass player, a wooden box organ, and a drummer, and a singer. And that was it. Right. And everyone's just mingling, drinking, having a good time. And then all of a sudden, the organ just starts going crazy. And I turn around because I'm right next to it. Mm-hmm. So I literally just turn around and I look down, and it's Prince. Before I know it, everyone starts hearing and getting the word that Prince is playing. And I all of a sudden, I have to protect myself from falling back. So I'm like, hold back, everybody. And so he's playing, and he looks up and he sees me doing this, and he's like, gives me a little nod, and I was like, okay, cool. So he gets done playing, huge ovation. He stands up right in front of me. He puts his hands on my shoulders, turns me around, and pushes me like a blocker through the crowd. I have all of a sudden become Prince's bodyguard. And he starts pushing, and I start going, make way, people, look out, Prince coming through, royalty on the way. So it's hilarious. We get up to this huge wall of a man who's a bouncer, and he's looking at me like, what do you want? And I just go like this. I point down, and there's Prince, Prince peeks his head out from behind my shoulder, and he lets us right through, and I get to sit down with him, and he buys me a drink, and it's him and these two lovely ladies that he was sitting with. And so he says, so what do you do? And I was like, well, I'm an auctioneer. And he goes like this, I've never done that, but I know I'd be great.
Gentlemen, ladies, I have a question for you. How many of you have an anniversary or a birthday coming up in the next 12 months? This is for you. Who's going to Napa with round trip airfare? We're going to start the bidding off 500 and see who's going to Napa. Who's at 5? Anyone at 5? 500, 750, and 1,000. 1,000 at the side, and now 1,250 in the front, 15. 15 to you, sir, and 1,750. 1,750 to bidder at 2. 2,000 straight ahead, and now 2,250, sir. Looking for 2,250, the man down in front. 2,250 over here, now 25. 25 to you, sir, and now how about 3? Would you do 3? 3 to the lady, and now 35. Would have been a 35. It's a lot cheaper than alimony. Looking for 35. I'm a bid at 3,000. How about 3,250? Looking for 3,250. Do I have a bid at 3,250? You're at 3,000, my dear. You're good at 3. Need a bid at 3,250. Going once. 3,250. You stinky Pete. Now 35. 35. The ladies back in. 3,750 on this side. We have 5,500 in the front.
That's okay.
Cool. Some random handsome guy just came up and said, I don't know who he is, but we still got bidders going here. We got 55 down in front. I'm looking for 57.50 and now 6. Need a bit of 6 now. We're at 57.50. We have a triangle going on here. Looking for a bit of 6. Do I have a bit of 6? The lady's in at 57.50. Okay, this is what I was just told. This tall drink of water right here just said I can sell it twice and it can stay in his suite. So we're going to double it at 5,500. I know you bid at 5,500. Would you like it at 5,500, dear? We just sold it twice and raised $11,000, just like that. Boom! Let's say sold to bidder 189 and bidder 172 at $5,500 a piece. You guys are going to have a great time at, oh shoot. Did I say Napa? Riverside. You're going to Riverside. Enjoy the 91.